Alright. Blue Badger. Nice.
Who's there? Is somebody there? Oh, it's probably nothing, but... Hey! What are you doing? Oh!
Alright, well, I figured it out. She's the murderer. The Phoenix Wright half is going to be easy. I can see how some of you guys might not have followed that, but she killed somebody with a pipe just now. Ugh, I'm feeling queasy. Come on, Nick. It's just like I said. Oh? Maya, what do you mean? You're such a worrywart. I knew you'd get all jittery before the trial. It's not like that. I didn't expect to have to stand in a foreign court. Also, that's pretty sure you can't do that. You can't just go, hey everybody, I'm a lawyer in my home country. If you don't mind, just gonna hop behind the driver's seat. Yeah, we don't know much about the court system here. That's important. The Legal League of Attorneys would like this to be an exemplary case. So that'd make you an exemplary attorney. I hope you don't infect any British lawyers with your nervous attitude. You're making it sound like I'm a virus or something. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm a defense attorney. See, we are actually playing the European version of the game, too. That's the only ROM that I could find. and so, they spelled defense with a C. I wonder if the other, like... So, there were a couple of parts where I was like, oh, haha, they used the English spelling for something, or the English term for something, when they said, what do they say? Something about the bonnet of the car. Oh, there's a handprint on the bonnet. And I was like, I had just assumed that was because they were in England, but it could also be because this is the European release of this game. And this is Maya Fey, my assistant of sorts. Of sorts? I guess I should explain why she's dressed up like that. Haven't you ever played a Phoenix Wright game before? Yeah, but it's a long story and we don't have the time. We've come to England on the Legal League of Attorneys exchange. I'm acting as a representative of the American Legal League. Japanifornia Legal League. You know, they probably sent you because you don't ever seem to be busy. Flavor on... Yeah, we also saw color, spelled like C-O-L-O-U-R. We weren't supposed to stand in court, so we thought it'd be like a vacation. But here we are. As usual, we've been dragged into a strange case. Hey, Nick, so what do you suppose the trial's all about? Because lawyers always walk into court not knowing what the trial's about. What if it was this? Look, check out today's newspaper. Elusive jewel thieves at large in London. Scotland Yard on red alert. Wouldn't that be cool? Maya, don't get your hopes up. We're here on exchange. It should be a simple textbook trial. Really? London's a big city. What are the odds of us getting a case like that? Yay, Foxen! Yeah, we're having fun so far. We're still at the very beginning, obviously. After this one, we're gonna play the next 2 Phoenix Wright games too. The Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Who's that?
How do you do?
Don't bow. We're in Britain.
Folklore, teacher at the Alcott School for Young Women. Espella, this man is your defense lawyer. Pleased to meet you.
She's a robot. I got it. She's the murderer and a robot. Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Pleased to meet you. Dots. I'm Phoenix Wright, your attorney. Pleased to meet you. More dots. Stop dots. What's with this girl? Can't she hear me? Is this girl unable to hear? Does blind mean unable to hear? Is she the defendant in today's case? That is correct. She's the pupil I'd like you to represent. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. Pleading guilty? As a lawyer, I object. Nobody should ever do that. Her name is fucking Darklaw. What? What kind of request is that? Espella, what are you accused of? I'm accused of not stopping dots. Have you not received the case materials? No, we haven't, and we weren't told anything. My. Forgive me for this oversight. Here, this is the case file. It is a single thing that I can hand to you. 3 pages, double spaced. One side. The court hearing will begin now. Please proceed to the courtroom. Lupin the Third, man. It's been a really long time since I saw a Lupin movie, but they were good. I've seen at least 3 of them. It's been a really long time, though. I don't even know. I don't know how many there are either. Well, then, I entrust Espella to you. Goodbye. Wait, what? No way. I didn't even have time to look through the case file. Espella, please be a good girl and don't cause any trouble. Also, is this the past? Is this the future? Who knows? Did she just mumble something?
I'm not a witch.
Espella, what did you just say? she just said her last name. She was introducing herself. That was her Jiko Shokai. I'm Espella, not a witch. Chop chop defense. Let's not keep everyone waiting. And so another trial begins. And as always, I've got no idea what's going to happen. Business as usual.
Let's do it, Nick.
Court is now in session for the trial of Espella Cantabella.
Now we find out her real last name. Espella Cantabella.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Flinch. Alright.
How about the defense? Are you ready?
Yes. Well, I guess you could call it ready, Your Honor.
I hear it's your first appearance in a British court.
Well, yes, that's right.
The Legal League of Attorneys Exchange, was it? Sounds like fun.
I'm only familiar with Japanifornian law, where the person is found guilty instantly, and for no reason. Guilty until proven innocent by proving that someone else in the courtroom is a murderer.
Hope you're enjoying the sights. You can take it easy today. Don't worry. Prosecutor Flinch will take care of everything.
He's treating us like amateurs, Nick.
Oh boy.
He's treating us like we don't know a single thing about about their legal system. Oh, wait, that's actually what's happening.
Can I really defend this girl?
Dots. I see. Well, since this is your first case here, I will ask you a few simple questions to make sure we're all on the same page. Oh, yes, that's fine by me. Dang, time to sink or swim. Answer my questions then, Mr. Wright. What is the name of the defendant? That would be Espella Cantabella, Your Honor. That is correct. I mean, we all know that Phoenix Wright is not an accurate courtroom simulator. But is there anything more ridiculous than saying, so, you are defending this person, you know nothing about the case, do you even know the defendant's name? If you get the first one wrong, I won't be mad or anything. It's a freebie. If you accidentally say your own name, you will not be found guilty of murder. I see you're terribly proud of yourself for answering that basic question. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. What is the nature of the offense? What crime is Espella accused of? You know, Espella seems like such a timid girl. You think it's something minor like shoplifting? Maybe. I wouldn't call it minor, though. Can't be anything major like that large-scale jewel theft. Please answer the question. Can you name the two offenses? Murder and jaywalking. Did he just say two? Nick, think. What other petty offense could it be? I don't know. I'm clueless about this case. We weren't told anything about it at all. Oh yeah, the Japanese judge is way better with the whole beard. This guy's got the British curly wig, which, you know, it's alright. It's not that good, though. Could it be that our esteemed visitor left his common sense back home? All the evidence is in the court record. You haven't forgotten that, have you? Ah, that's it, the court record. Right, that's what you always refer to, the court record. Touch the court record icon to view it at any time. Yeah, it must be, it just slipped my mind. It must be the nerves. Okay, let's check it out now. Touch court record. The court record holds all the evidence from this case. I better take a look. I've had enough time to ponder my question. Okay, I'm gonna look. Theft and assault. Note, inflicted light injuries. Also, medical report. Light injury. Laceration to the back of the head hit with a long blunt object. The defendant, student at Owlcote University, pleads guilty. Dark Law. My client and Espella's teacher at the Owlcote School for Young Women. Murder, and more murder. Theft and assault. Well, according to the case outline, it was theft and assault. Indeed, what disgusting crimes. Is that correct, defendant? Yes. No kidding. She doesn't look like a violent girl, at least not to me. You can never tell with robots. Now that that's settled, Prosecutor Flinch, please briefly outline the case for the court. Yes, Your Honor. Isn't this wholly unnecessary if you're pleading guilty? The incident took place on a small freighter moored at a harbor on the River Thames. The freighter was carrying goods away from London. The defendant illegally boarded the ship and tried to steal some of its cargo. But she was discovered by a crew member and captured by the ship's security guard. So she was caught red-handed. And she violently resisted when found by the crew member? Violently resisted. Indeed, she picked up a steel pipe and hit the crew member on the head. Sounds pretty vicious. So that's the assault she's accused of. And what did the defendant attempt to steal from the freighter? A stuffed toy, Your Honor. It's the Metropolitan Police mascot, PC Badger. They're not good enough for a blue badger. They get PC Badger. Oh, Nick, I want one. Yeah, exactly. It's a witch trial, so we're going to burn her. That is... Burning at the stake is what the... apparently for theft and assault. I see that mascot made a career for itself in England. Who would have thought? I think we all have a clear picture of the incident now. The prosecution may begin. The prosecution calls its first witness. Please bring him in. There's something fishy about this trial. And there's something even fishier about my client. There isn't an ounce of expression on her face. Better keep my eyes wide open.
Witness, state your name and profession.
Dots.
A ship is always a risk at every hour, minute, and second. That's where I come in. I am a peacekeeper, the one and only guardian to an otherwise defenseless ship. The name Smiles. Johnny Smiles. Security Guard Supreme.
Johnny Smiles. That's my new stream name. I'm changing it. Hidden Style never had a good ring to it. I'm going to be Johnny Smiles instead. Yes, according to the police report, the witness was patrolling the freighter on the night of the crime. Yeah, I was. Patrolling the freighter, and my expertly trained eyes leave nothing unseen. I'm gonna eat candy now. I'll go blind if he keeps smiling like that. Very well, Mr. Smiles. We would like to hear your testimony. Describe what happened during your night patrol. Vermilion Dervish, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're still in the prologue. This is the first... We got through the Layton bit, and now we're on the very first Phoenix Wright trial. Which is going pretty much how we thought it would. Yes, sir. Johnny Smiles will reveal all. Patrolling on the night of the crime. That night, I went on patrol as usual. ZZZO. I don't know what that means. My keen ears latched onto some suspicious noises coming from the cargo hold. I sprinted at full speed to the cargo hold, but I was too late to stop the blow. The next moment, I captured the criminal. Expertly. Within seconds, I had established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. And so, the woman you arrested was... It was the defendant, Espella Cantabella, sir. And as per standard patrolling procedure, all lights were on and you saw her clearly. Is that correct, Mr. Smiles? Yes, sir. I am an expert after all. Like, imagine he keeps throwing his hat on the floor and somebody has to keep picking it up and bringing it back to him. They have a designated... Are you not familiar with the British court system? They have somebody there whose job is to pick up hats and return them to the witness. Phoenix Wright would know this if he had read up on British law before coming here. Is it just me, or did he hesitate before saying that? The defense may cross-examine the witness. Yes, sir. I'm starting to talk like that guy. Let us see now how skilled our visiting barrister is. Yes. By the way, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Our cross-examination procedure should be the same as anywhere else. But just in case, would you like to have it explained to you? No. No. Don't be silly. You cross-examined in one courtroom, you've cross-examined in them all. Also, all the rest of the court procedures as well. I press the witness. I just said I don't need to know. You stop it. New N64 game coming out. N64 like Nintendo 64 that I thought stopped making games for 17 years ago. That would be a long time. See, you say you haven't committed any crimes in Great Britain, but guilty until proven innocent. So unless you can prove that, you are guilty. You're going to jail. ZZZO, what's that mean?
Hold it!
What's ZZZO? Ah, that's right. It's not something not being a security professional. That's our special jargon. It's how we talk about the time in our trade. Let me get this straight, Mr. Professional. You're using letters to tell the time? ZZZO stands for 2220, which is 10:20 p.m. Right. So 10:20 p.m. That's very accurate. How can you be so sure about the time? Well, that's when the TV show I always watch in the security room ends. TV show? I meant to do the rounds at 10 p.m., but for a pro like me, it's just a guideline. Doesn't sound very professional. Anyway, I was patrolling the ship like I do every night. Your Honor, may I? What is it, Prosecutor Flinch? I would like to get the events straight while referring to this crime scene photo. The defendant and crew member were fighting in the back of the cargo hold. Is that correct? Yes, sir. They were fighting right under that emergency light. Some items are spilling out of the broken crate. Indeed, that crate was broken by the defendant with a steel pipe. Incidentally, the items we can see spilling out are stuffed toys depicting London's own police mascot, PC Badger. I see. The crime scene photo shall be added to the court record. The witness may continue his testimony. Can I do... It doesn't look like I can do anything. Alright, so right now I can't do anything with it. Fine.
Hold it!
Hold it! Dragon Sword 64, hack and slash with 4-player deathmatch. The Source Pico Interactive Twitter. Huh. Dragon Sword 64. That is the first I've heard of that. And when you heard these noises, you immediately found them suspicious? That's right! An expert of my caliber can always tell when a noise is suspicious. When my smiley sense starts tingling, it means there's a crime taking place. So can you tell us more about the noises you heard? I would need a hat in order to do that. Could someone bring me my hat back? That's right, the sound of two women fighting. Naturally, I sprang into action. And I arrived at the crime scene in the blink of an eye. In other words, you went to the cargo hold because you heard strange noises. Is that correct? Yes, that's about it. Munch. Back to where I started. Sprinted at full speed to the cargo hold, but it was too late to stop the blow. The blow? The defendant, Ms. Cantabella, hit the crew member with a steel pipe, didn't she? Yes, that's right. As I opened the door to the cargo hold, the defendant struck the victim's head. Had I arrived a second earlier, I would have gladly stopped the blow with my own head. I don't think a second would have made much of a difference. Don't take this expert too seriously, Maya. The witness saw the defendant deal the blow, is that correct? Yes, sir, I expertly witnessed the crime with my very own sparkling eyes. Is that so? I see. Alright, let's hear it. And you claim the assailant was the defendant, Ms. Cantabella? Ms. Notawich? Precisely. Naturally, she abandoned all hope, seeing a security pro like myself join the scene. She dropped that steel pipe she was holding to the floor with a clank. I see. Oh, that's what a guilty person would do in that situation. I see no need for further cross-examination. He's actually said it. Okay. Ugh. Within seconds, I had established there was nothing out of the order. This is gonna be it. Are you sure you didn't notice anything unusual about the cargo hold? Not a thing. Well, aside from the defendant swinging that pipe around, could someone else have been hiding in that room? The security guard patrolling the freighter is responsible for checking every corner. He would have spotted an intruder right away. Isn't that so, witness? Yes. I carry my trusty pocket flashlight for precisely such a task. No, they're in England. Fine, we'll call it a torch. I'd have noticed anything suspicious in an instant. Dots. What is it, Maya? I was just looking at the evidence in the court record, and I get the feeling there's something funny about this testimony. You're saying that there's a contradiction? My mortal enemy. So that's all he has to say. Well, Nick, what do you think? We managed to get our hands on some new evidence, but pressing alone can only get us so far. Yeah, that means it's time to present evidence to the court. Present evidence? Compare with the witnesses. Okay, thank you. Yes, clearly. Come on, you're making it look as if I'm the attorney here. Okay, we know. I know, Blue. I know what fear is. Maybe saying she's guilty, but that doesn't mean this witness is telling us the whole story. I need to uncover the truth by myself. I need to get the pursuit theme to play. Right. We're gonna, I guess, present this, even though I'm not entirely sure what's out of the ordinary.
Objection!
You're saying that there was nothing out of order in the cargo hold. Well, that's a bit funny. Huh? The point is, one of the crates in the cargo hold appears to have been tampered with. Oh, okay.
Objection!
Ah, that. The defendant must have smashed it with the pipe. Nothing odd about that. Please take a look at the crime scene photo. There's this broken crate where the fight took place, but also there's another crate here that seems kind of strange, don't you think? Ugh. This crate, sitting quite a distance away from where the fight took place, appears to have been forced open. Isn't this the sort of thing a security guard should immediately notice? Take damage! 5 hit points. Nope, no damage yet. He parried. You testified that you established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. This rendition isn't as good as in some of the other games, but maybe it'll grow on me. There we go. That was I like the zoom there when he goes to do the point. Order, order. That's certainly a serious oversight, particularly for someone claiming to be an expert. Whether the witness is an expert or not bears no relevance to this case. What matters is that he saw the defendant hit the victim with a steel pipe. What you just said. I'm afraid I can't let that slide. Excuse me? I am an expert guard. Focused, thorough, precise, a true professional. To prove it, I will testify once more. You're all dying to know why I ignored that one crate, huh? What? Very well. The witness shall continue his testimony. What excuse do you think he'll come up with, Nick? Who knows? I've got a bad feeling about this, though. What did he actually see? When are we nailing? I don't know. I don't know what his I kind of doubt he is the murderer. So, well, no, wait. Nobody was murdered. Nobody was murdered. So, I deduce that he is not the murderer. Such a pro. Will he have a full breakdown? And if he does, will it involve chocolate? It's only natural that I missed the other crate. The lights in the cargo hold weren't on. But of course I had this. A guard's best friend is his trusty pocket torch. The emergency light was on, mind, so it wasn't so dark I couldn't see. I saw that girl standing right in front of the crew member as she attacked. And there was no one else in that room. You have Johnny's word for it. Wait a moment. The security company claims that the lights were on during the patrol. Yes, that's the official procedure, you see. But those light controls can be such a pain in the... No, wait, that's not it. I mean, the truth is an expert like me doesn't need those lights to do his work. Not when I've got this. The focused beam of my trusty torch cuts through darkness like a laser. The witness will refrain from pointing the torch in this direction. Justice may be blind, but I'd rather not be. My hearing would become exceptional. Oops, sorry, Your Honor. This trusty torch shall be added to the court record as evidence. Covered in chocolate fingerprints. Ew, what is that? What is it, Your Honor? This pocket torch is covered in something sticky. Ah. It seems my sweet little buddy's been up to some mischief. Sweet little buddy? Do you mean your chocolate? Johnny left sticky fingerprints all over his flashlight. Ugh. Don't look at me. I'm not touching it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Never heard of... Yeah. Nightmare Creek. I've heard of Brave Fencer Musashi, but I've never played it. It's only natural that I missed the other crate. The lights in the cargo hold weren't on. Hold it! According to the rules, the lights have to be on. Is that right? Don't spread the news, but between you and me, and the rest of the people in this court of law, I'm not very good with the light controls on that ship. Even a security expert like me has their flaws, you know. So he just neglected his duty. Didn't you say before that you're focused, thorough, and precise, a true professional? Yes, that's true, of course. Always focused, thorough, and precise, except when I'm cutting the odd corner. Munch. I am to be a well-balanced professional, you know. Yes. Even Flinch looks unsure how to handle this guy. But of course I had this. A guard's best friend is his trusty pocket torch. Tell me more about this pocket torch. You mean that flashlight? Flashlight? It's a pocket torch. Ever watch crime dramas? Torchlit night patrols and all that? I've always thought it looked so cool. In fact, that's why I became a security guard. Really? It's a unique reason. By the way, what about the chocolate smudges on the torch? A well-prepared guard has a torch in his right hand and a chocolate bar in the left. It's like an emergency ration. I'm so hot on security issues that it tends to melt. So the flashlight is covered in fingerprints from his sticky right hand. Is that true? Oh, I guess you can't look at it any more closely, but the thumb is over here, so sure, right hand. I believe you. The emergency light was on. Okay, yep. An emergency light? The defendant and the crew member fought under that emergency light. I'll see ya. That was odd. Whatever. There it is in the back of the room. Yes, sir. The cargo hold was faintly lit up by that little red light over there. But the regular lights are on in this picture. Well, yeah. I switched them on before the police came. What? I didn't want to risk my bright career over my slightly different take on the rules. After all, I am an expert. It's all in the details. You're an expert, all right. An expert in bending the rules. I saw that girl stand right in front of the crew member as she attacked.
Hold it!
And you saw that clearly? Yes, I got there, opened the door, and then bam, that's when it happened. I felt it in my shades. They spoke to me. Johnny, you're looking at a crime scene here. Wait, were you wearing your sunglasses at night? So you can't. Huh? Wait a second. You were wearing sunglasses? Yeah, what's a security guard without a pair of shades? They just came down automatically. These babies are a part of me. Witness! You were patrolling the freighter with sunglasses on? Of course I was. Whatever I do it with style. Is a bit of vanity a crime? Don't you wear your specs for the same reason? Vanity? I wear them because I'm nearsighted? Do they say short-sighted in England as well? Got that right, Flinch. So Johnny had sunglasses on in a dimly lit room. Do you think he actually managed to see anything? Nick, check the court record. Okay. Might be a contradiction. We'll press on the last thing, even though... However, you didn't even notice the other crate. This one here. How can you prove there wasn't someone hiding inside that box? Not a possibility, I'm afraid. Huh? That wharf is fitted with CCTV cameras. The recordings from that night have already been examined. Not a single person was seen leaving the ship. If there's security cameras monitoring the ship, then why do they bother keeping Johnny around, Nick? Whoa, whoa. Not so loud, Maya. So there were no other intruders. Yes, sir, that's right. Munch. Oh, man, some guard he is. That prosecutor could have at least checked whether the lights... checked if the lights were on or not. Yeah, you know, maybe this hasn't been investigated all that properly. Dots! You think so? In any case, to go, okay. We know what to do. We know what to do, maybe. Can I present his profile? Does his profile say... Back to evidence. I'm actually not... Is this just one where you... No, they said present. Oh, get out of here. They let me use hint coins during the trial, too?
Hold it!
This one right here is the one that we... That he was like, oh, I'll probably present something here. Oh, right in front of the obvious man.
Objection!
I'm like, it's usually not something that is ambiguous. And here, this wasn't ambiguous at all. She was hit in the back of the head, not the front. What's with the random shoes in the photo? Yeah, there's some shoes and tuna fish. I don't know. There were some things in here, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. Pocky, maybe. You're sure the defendant was standing right in front of the crew member? Absolutely. They were facing each other the entire time. Well, that's weird, because it clearly contradicts this evidence. What? What do you mean? According to the victim's medical report, the blow was dealt to the back of the head. The back of the head? Do you understand now? If they were facing each other, there's no way the victim could have been hit from behind. Yeah. Yes, sir. Witness, can you offer an explanation for this contradiction? Yes, explain yourself. It's the first time I'm hearing of this. Yes, sir. It's strange, isn't it? I'm totally sure they were fighting face to face. I swear there's melting chocolate bar on it. Doesn't look like he's lying, but then... Hey, Nick, look at me. What are you doing? What are you doing? I was just checking if I could hit the back of your head while you were facing me. It doesn't seem doable, especially for someone as vertically challenged as me. Where'd you keep your dangerous little experiments inside that head of yours, Maya? I kind of like living, thanks. At least we've learned a couple of important things. First, that this witness is unreliable. And second, that the prosecution didn't investigate this case properly. If my gut feeling is right, there's much more to this case than meets the eye. Now's my chance. What should I do? Plead not guilty. Your Honor, the defense asserts once more that the defendant, Espella Cantabella, is innocent. What? This is foolishness. Just who do you think you are, anyway? Waltzing in here with your ridiculous assumptions? Balderdash, I say. That's not how it was supposed to be. What did he just say? Not how it was supposed to be. In light of this new development, the court's opinion is that the defendant is in no way cleared of suspicion. However, the witness's testimony has been proven unreliable. That's more like it. Looks like I'm starting to win over the judge. Don't forget the defendant admits all charges. Surely her guilt is beyond doubt. The defendant is just a schoolgirl. You can't go on her confession alone. So far, we have established only one thing. That Mr. Smiles is neither an expert nor even a reliable witness.
Hold it!
In my long 6-month career as a security guard, never have my professionalism and expertise been questioned. Isn't 6 months barely past the probation period? You're saying Goldilocks there is innocent. In other words, that she didn't assault anyone. And that she didn't steal this toy? Isn't that so, Mr. Lawyer? Yes, at least. We have yet to see any proof that she tried to steal it. Dots. I got you there. Huh? What? Got me how? I have a decisive piece of evidence. The proof that girl was trying to kidnap PC Badger. You do? Even Flinch is shocked. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be? It would appear to be PC Badger's tag, Your Honor. Now that you mention it, this mascot does have some sort of ill-fitting tag attached. What's this engraved on the tag? Is that an address? Oh? You mean there's an address written on there? 221B Baker Street. It would appear to be Scotland Yard's, and their telephone number. It is Scotland Yard's mascot, after all. This tag had been ripped off from one of the PC Badger toys? Yes, sir! The suspect was caught in the act of nicking this very toy. The tag was ripped off during the fight. What? Then this tag is... What we have here is the decisive evidence that she was trying to steal the cargo. No way! I wasn't expecting evidence like that. Witness! I was never informed of such evidence. If you had this in your possession, why didn't you hand it in to the police? Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I am an expert at what I do. My expert advice to myself was that I'd better keep this as my secret weapon. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial. Ugh. Looks like Flinch and I are both in uncharted waters now. I'm going to allow this. This tag is vital evidence. It will be added to the court record. Of course, if she was holding the tag, if she was grasping it tightly in one hand, was she not holding the pipe in that hand? Defense? Mr. Wright, was it? Yes, Prosecutor Flinch? Your appearance in this court was a very hastily decided affair. That's true. That call from the Attorneys Association came out of nowhere. Perhaps in all the confusion, the request from your client escaped your attention. Were you not instructed to accept the sentence proposed by the prosecution? Dots! Come to think of it, Miss Darklaw did say something about that before the trial. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution. That's what you were asked to do. Also, that's what you were hired to do. Lawyers are hired. Like, you have to do what your client says. Come on. You have convinced us all of your skill, so your good name will not suffer. Why not simply admit the defendant is guilty and call it a day, Dots. Humph. What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Depending on your stance on this matter, the court may now pass the verdict. My stance? That's something I don't need to think twice about. Continue the trial. Slam my desk. The defense requests that the trial continue. But what? The defense stands by its assertion that Espella Cantabella is not guilty. Dots. Very well, Mr. Wright. If that's your desire, then I too have a request to make. Your Honor. Yes, Prosecutor Flinch. The prosecution calls its second witness. Hey, wait a second. What about me? Come on, guys, don't forget about Johnny. Let me start from the over from the top. No detail omitted. Yeah, never-ending chocolate bar would be kind of nice. Every time he throws his hat, somebody comes back with the hat and a fresh chocolate bar for him. That's how it works in Britain. I suggest you leave the witness stand and go back to witnessing your crimes on television. Yes. Yes, sir. I believe a break is in order. The court will now adjourn for a 15-minute break. Mr. Flinch, prepare your witness. Is that understood? Yes, Your Honor. The defense has no objections. Looks like Flinch finally got serious about this case. And that means the real game starts now. Not bad.